G'day, David Seymour back with some more nitty gritty of selling. Today I'm talking about the sales industry is like the game of chess. You've got to learn how to play it right. To win in the game of chess, you need to be thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead, but also looking at what your opposition does and how they are looking at trying to win the game as well. And so the game of chess is quite an interesting game of strategy. And so sales is the same thing. And with that, I mean, is that you've got to learn to read ahead, predetermine what may be objections coming from your buyers or from your sellers, and deal with those objectively and be prepared for them. So handling objections is something that you need to learn in sales, rather than thinking it's rejection. Sometimes it's just the other party, whether they're buyers or sellers, don't have all the right information in front of them. Maybe they need more information which you haven't supplied. And so you've got to look constructively at objections as a way to just move ahead. Have the answers for them that they're looking for, because maybe the product or the service isn't big enough, fast enough, bright enough, or maybe it's a bit expensive, all those sort of things. So what can you do to move past that? And sometimes it's explaining benefits and the features and the benefits of what it is that you're doing, so they actually fully understand it. It may be talking about ways of negotiating a little bit better in the way, not necessarily just in price, but the conditions of the deal, what's included and what's not, and time frames. So you need to look at it like that. So as in the game of chess, sometimes you've got to make a move that is going to make a sacrifice of one of your pieces, but in the long term it's going to gain you a better position. And so that's why I liken sales as to a game of chess, because that's what it's all about. Is it's being able to maneuver through the game and just come up with a satisfactory result. As in the game of chess, it's checkmate is what you're looking for. In the game of sales, what you're looking for is a happy buyer, a happy seller, a happy salesperson. And it's not about what you get out of it entirely, it's about everybody feels they've got a satisfactory conclusion. So learning to handle those objections and not treat them as rejections is a really important part. And so I look at it like, if I was looking at buying a car, for example, and I thought the price was a little bit dear, and I went, oh no, I can't afford it. A really good salesperson is going to go, hey look, you said you had a budget of this, but you do like the vehicle, you like this, you like this, you like this, yes, 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 yes. So if we can work out the price that suits, or a way of getting you into this vehicle that suits you financially, would you be interested in moving ahead? And all of a sudden it's great. Now I'll give you a little example of something that happened to me and my wife maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago. We had $25,000. We decided to buy another family car, and we were actually on a car yard in town here in Whangarei, sitting in a car after telling the salesman, we want to spend about $25,000, and we were sitting in this car, and he poked his head in the window and said to my wife, you can't afford this one, it's over your budget, it's $32,000. And he didn't even try to upsell us. Go figure. There's things like that happen all the time. So it's about being constructive and positive and having a right approach about getting sales across the line, regardless, or services sold. Doesn't matter, as I say, what industry you're in. Sometimes you just need to look at how are we going to make this work for everybody. Be constructive about it. Treat it like a game of chess and learn to play the game. The better you learn it, the better it becomes, the more rewarding. I'm David Seymour. This was another segment of the nitty gritty of selling.